What's up guys, IC Dude here. Welcome to my draft analysis of the SDL Season 1, which stands for Smogon Draft League by the way. Yes, we have joined another draft league, but this time, a showdown nut decks. Just wanted to rotate since we've already done Peldia high tier, low tier, so I might just switch up the format with net decks high tier. Spoiler alert, I'm not that good at net decks. Okay, I'm not good at net decks at all. Cause last time I joined, I got absolutely destroyed. I think I only got 1 or 2 wins, something like that, but I don't remember it or something. I guess it's just experience. I just don't know how a lot of mons work. Cause it's literally all the gens for 1 to 9. And there's like a lot of mons I've never used before, and the move pool they each get is like quite different compared to normal Scarlet Violet. Like for example, I know a bunch of Pokemon get Toxic and Defog. Like for example, Gliscor, Skarmory gets Defog, which is interesting. Yeah, and they also can run Toxic. So it'd be quite, difficult to fight against compared to that normal, because almost all mons get Toxic. So I was going to prepare for it. Anyway, before we get into the team I drafted, let's take a look at the rules. So obviously this happens on Showdown. You can't play this on what? Console, yeah. And also you're given 120 points to draft 10 to 12 mons. And when choosing Terra Captain, this is where it gets interesting. When choosing Terra Captain, you're supposed to declare it immediately once the draft ends. So you have to declare 3 Terra types, and one of them has to be your base typing. So for example, let's say you're Infinite. One of the Terra types should be Fire or Fighting. So you can Terra into what? Fire, Water, Dark, or Fighting, Water, Dark. Yeah. And also another thing, only lower tier mons are allowed to Terra. I think, if I'm not wrong, it's 7 points and below. And there are 8 weeks with 14 coaches and the top 8 advances. Also, shout out to Silver for allowing me to join this league, and everyone here is quite friendly, so that's a plus. And this was my draft order. I was 10th, which I guess I'll take it compared to like 7 or 8, but I swear, I never ever get top or bottom order, which I don't know why. Maybe I'm just unlucky. It'd be quite fun to get like 1st or 14th pick, because you can pick 2 mons like at a go. But anyway, when choosing my team, I already decided which mons to get, and they were not really the popular ones, so I wasn't worried about getting sniped. But just a spoiler, I didn't get the snipes a single time, so all the mons I wanted, I managed to draft, so I'm happy about it. I can't complain about it. Anyway, my first pick was the Mega Garchomp. I was thinking between Mega Venusaur and Houndoom, but for my first draft league that I'm sharing with you guys in net decks, I just want to go for Garchomp because I've never really used it. I've used Mega Houndoom before, like in my previous net deck draft, and it did not go well. So I just want to try Garchomp. Maybe I'm the one who's using it wrongly. Anyway, Chomp is quite cheap for my first pick. Some would say that it's a downgrade from the regular Garchomp because it loses its ability and like a lot of its speed. Yeah, because base 92 is, it's just mediocre speed. Or actually like below average because of all the power creep. But the most important thing is defense, and look at both his defenses. I guess it got upgraded, but the most important one is attack stat. Look at how freaking humongous it is. I could just make use of a Swords Dance to gain speed. Swords Dance to increase my attack, and can run something like Scale Shot to gain speed. And this thing would be a huge threat. I do still think it's like huge threat because of his attack speed. You can just like outspeed all the defensive mons and like threaten it with like Earthquake or Dragon Claw. I would say Garchomp could be a wall breaker. Yeah. But anyway, I've never used Mega Garchomp before, so I'll need to have a few mocks beforehand to try test it out. Next, if you know me from my drafts, I usually draft a very balanced team but leaning a bit towards stall, but still maintaining a few offensive threats. So I drafted the Clefable. I was thinking of drafting Florges once again, but Clefable just has a better ability in terms of Unaware, so setup won't work on me. I just wish Florges has a better ability. Its ability is so shit, I don't even remember what it is. Imagine it gets Regenerator or something like that. It'd just be so good. It's still good, but yeah. I can run Wish Protect and even set up rocks using Clefable. Also, Clefable gets a fun move pool like Aromatherapy, Flamethrower, Thunder Wave, Thunderbolt, Toxic, Moonlight, and even much more. I can even run offensive sets with Magic Guard, Life Orb with Carmine. Since I won't be taking damage from Life Orb, so it's super useful for me. Plus, Stealth Rock and Toxic Spikes won't affect me because of its ability. I could also run physically defensive or specially defensive variants. So Clefable just plays a lot of roles, so it's quite important. Yeah, it's a pivotal role in my team. Next, I wanted a water type defensive mon, because after planning out my team, I realized I'm quite weak to water. I was thinking of water absorb, but the next mon I picked was the Dondozo. Yep, it's another unaware mon. And I mean, look at it. The sushi, is it? Actually, I don't know. I don't really know how it's related to sushi, but anyway, I mean, Dondozo, I've used it before multiple times, and it's quite fun to use with like a lot of sets like Rocky Helmet, Body Press, Curse, Wave Crash, Rest, Sleep Talk, and it also gets unaware. So this time I'm just going fully on unaware. Yeah, cause I just don't want set up. I think my team will be quite weak to set up, so this will prevent it. And also Dondozo has like a humongous HP stat, and similar to Clefable, it can run both defensive and special defensive. Yep, it's still a threat. I mean, you look at its special defense stat, it's not a lot, but it's still a threat. Okay, for my next pick, I wanted a rapid spinner, so initially I planned to get Donphan. Yeah, I mean, Donphan is also one of my favorite mons, so I was trying to pick it. But the thing is that I wasn't expecting this at all. After 3 rounds, 3 picks, okay, in my 4th pick, I managed to draft Great Tusk. I have no idea how no one drafted this. It's like one of the best in the format. Yeah, in my opinion. Or maybe net decks is not that good, I don't know, but Great Tusk, I still drafted it because it just has so much. It can be offensive, it can be defensive with rapid spin. Yeah, because I realized in most of my drafts, is the rapid spin I get doesn't really come into like, a lot of matchups. So I'm quite weak to like all the hazards. So I mean, in this like Great Tusk will always threaten my opponents. Yeah, I still have no idea how no one picked it. But anyway, I've access to a lot of moves like Head Smash, Ice Spinner, Knock Off, and a powerful fighting type move in terms of close combat and powerful ground move in terms of Headlong Rush. I can even Ice Spinner those flying types and even set up my own rocks, so I'm quite happy to pick it. Next, I needed a wall breaker, a strong special attacker, so I drafted the Blacephalon. Okay, I've never used it, but I've seen people use it, and it looks quite fun to use with Beast Boost, which increases your most powerful stat every time you get a kill. So either speed, special attack, or physical attack. Blacephalon has good speed and a decent move pool like Carmine's, Psychic, Trick, Energy Ball, I think, if I'm not wrong. But what makes it strong is its humongous special attack. It can run Scar, Specs, and not a lot of mons can switch into it. Plus, I can run physically, or I can be physical if they try to bring mons like Blissey or Cloudsire thinking they can tank a special hit. I mean, look at this, 127 is actually a very, very good attack. It's like similar to what Mamoswine, Garchomp, yep. And even similar to Great Tusk, right, if I'm not wrong. No, yeah, close to Great Tusk, okay. So yeah, Blacephalon, also right, Blacephalon is a ghost type, so it blocks rapid spin. It's not like I'm going to switch Blacephalon into like some rapid spinners, but I mean, that's a possibility. I can always like block spin. But anyway, the next mon I drafted was Grounded Poison, which was the Alolan Mark. Yeah, so basically, I mean, Alolan Mark, I've seen a lot of people use it, and I mean, I've used it only once or something, but it's a great typing. We resist Psychic and Ghost moves, and I can set up my own T-Spikes. Plus, I get the ability Poison type, so I have chance to poison opposing mons by just attacking it. But I'm not sure whether, I'm not really sure, but I'm not sure whether you have looked into its move pool, but this thing gets a lot of stuff. It gets the Elemental Punches, Knock Off, Acid Armor, Drain Punch, Shadow Sneak, Stone Edge, and like much more. It'd be a good special wall, and I can set up with like Acid Armor or even Curse. Next, I decided I need a Levitate mon that can freely Volt Switch, so I drafted Rotomo. I was thinking of drafting Vikavolt, but I think I needed more speed in my team, so far I just bulk. Plus Rotomo is like Electrode with its Volt Switches and Leaf Storm. However, I wasn't able to make it my Terra Captain because Electric and Ice is like one of the best offensive typing gear. I think it's actually the best offensive type, Electric and Ice, so my Terra Ice would be quite good. Look at it, there's nothing that resists Electric and Ice. Yeah, actually there's nothing, yeah. So it's just such a good typing, and I still can run defensive sets with Will-O-Wisp. Oh yeah, this is another mon that gets Defog. Yeah, I totally forgot. I think they removed Defog in Scarlet Violet, but in that decks it does get Defog. So yep, I could use it. Also, Rotomo is just a good Scarf and Specs mon. And for my next pick, okay, I realized everyone started to draft their Terra Captain, so I did not want my bro to be gone. So I drafted Everlark. Yep. This is just like a super defensive beast. I can just look at defense stat. It can take what, +2, +4, anything. And it's also my backup rapid spinner. It gets 30 plus iron defense with body press. And the Terra types I chose for Everlark were ice, obviously, fighting, and water. Water is just a good defensive typing with only 2 weaknesses and lots of resist. Fighting just to boost my body press. So next, I wanted a proper rock setter and a good steel type. So I drafted Heatran. I'm surprised no one drafted Heatran once again. But it's quite a fun one to use. It's like a Corviknight of a team. If you watched my Smogon Spring Seasonal, it's like just quite consistent whenever I use it. It gets flame body, which is good to burn physical attackers. Let's say they try U-turn, I can just bring on Heatran and try burn them. Oh yeah, by the way, Pursuit is banned, like just pointing that out. Also, I can run, what's the other ability? Flash Fire, yeah. So fire types won't have any effect on me. And also it gets a decent move, interesting move coverage actually. It gets Solar Beam, which I've run multiple times in other drafts. Like I run Power Herb just to like hit Gashadons or some water ground types. It also gets access to Dragon Pulse to hit dragon types. And like normal Flash Cannon, Earth Power. And okay, special move is Magma Storm if you do not know about it, which can trap opponents. Okay, but my favorite set, okay, actually I don't want to reveal what set I like. You just have to watch to find out. Anyway, my next Terra Captain I chose was Articuno Galar. I've never used it before, but it gets competitive, which is an interesting ability. Plus, I can absolutely like go for what Carmine, Store Power, Weakness Policy, Agility. There's just lots of sets I've seen people run. And I think I can make it work because I'm a huge fan of like weakness policy sets. The Terras I have are Flying, Fighting, and Steel. Flying I realize I don't really have a lot of stuff that hits. I just wanted to hit Grass. Yeah, what does Flying hit? Grass and Bug. Yeah, Grass and Bug. I mean, I just wanted to hit both. I could go for Psychic, but I don't want to be weak to Dark and Ghost. Yeah. Then I chose Steel just for defensive typing. And I can start setting up, and Fighting just to hit all those steel types, cause obviously Flying and Psychic can't hit steel type and it doesn't get any move coverage. So I'm at Terra Fighting. Okay, and another thing, you probably do not know, but the last mon I picked, cause after this I thought of just stopping my draft, but I had 3 points remaining and I didn't know what to draft. But I didn't even see that this mon was particularly still there. So I drafted Regice. Another special defensive mon. Yep, so basically this thing, look at special defense. It's like the Everlark, it's like an Everlark, but in terms of special defense. And this thing has like a decent move coverage. With like Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Body Press, Curse. And I'm pretty sure much more, but I just can't think of it now. My Terra types are Electric and Water, mainly defensive Terra to tank hits and do damage back. Cause when I play Showdown random battles, I just seen a lot of Terra Electric with Thunderbolt. So I figure it's quite good. It also gets Toxic, so I can run and it's quite useful on it. It also gets Clear Body, so they can't lower my stats, which is helpful. Yeah, it's quite useful. Okay, anyway, these are the 11 mons I drafted. I'm quite happy with the team. Yeah, I don't know, I just like this team. So far all the 3 leagues I was in, or I am in, like all the teams I drafted, I'm quite happy with it. I don't think I find any like faults so far. Yeah, I just like using all these mons. And hopefully I get to use the mons I've never used before properly. And hopefully I won't disappoint you guys. So I think the only problem will be deciding who to Terra since all. So I'm looking forward to my week 1 game, which will be happening this week. So that's all. See you guys later on. Bye bye.